Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is Merigoret Munyala and I'm the most frugal mom in the 254. I've been very inconsistent in posting videos because sometimes things are so hard that you're not even sure of what to tell people, especially when you want to motivate people but you're feeling down yourself. But I've had to remind myself of who I am, what I was made of, and why I must always face the challenges that life throw at me head high. So from today onwards, I'll be posting videos weekly about minimalism, about frugality, about simple living, just the way I used to post a while back. So today, I want to remind us on why we should practice gratitude and how to practice gratitude. Uh, it's not a practice. Actually, gratitude is not just a practice for the days that are great. I've learned to be grateful even in the days that are not great. I've learned to practice gratitude when it's so tough and I'm not sure of what I'm going to do next or how I'm going to get through the situation. I practice gratitude when it's very challenging. This journey has actually taught me to be grateful and celebrate the beautiful things that exist in life, no matter what is actually going around the world. Gratitude has done a lot to me lately. It has actually improved my quality of living because the thoughts that we have actually influence how we feel. And sometimes when we spend time thinking about the negative things, you end up being miserable the whole day and it actually affects the quality of your work. But I choose to look at the positive things that I must be grateful about, and that is how even my performance actually improves. I've also realized that we take a lot of things for granted. The fact that you can access quality healthcare, we actually take it for granted. We keep on grumbling about other things when someone is just wishing they would just have that insurance card that you're actually having. We take so many things for granted. The fact that we can have children, some people are out there trying to get children, they cannot. The fact that you can put food on the table, someone else is struggling on the streets on an empty stomach, we have roofs over our head. Those are the things that we must be thankful for. Sometimes back I managed to get into a dialysis ward, and I can tell you, the moment I got out of that door, I went away saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Yet before I got into that door, I was already complaining about so many things that I wanted to happen in my life and were not happening. But the moment I saw the situation in that dialysis center, I came out a very grateful person for everything that I have. And that's why I tell you, be very grateful for the small things that you love, for the people that are in your life, for the love you're experiencing, for the food on your table. Those are the things that you must be very grateful about. Living in a social media world has actually thrown us into the comparison trap where we tend to compare ourselves with each other. We spend time admiring people's lives on social media, on Instagram stories, on Facebook, on Twitter, wishing that we were like them. But you see, we are only seeing what they are showing us. They are not showing us the difficulties they are going through. If some of those people just sat you down and told you all the negative things that are in their lives, you wouldn't even wish to be like them. They also have struggles, just like us, and maybe sometimes even their struggles are more difficult than ours, only that they choose to show us the beautiful things, the beautiful places they are going to, the beautiful families they have. They choose to show us the most beautiful things. Sometimes when you're taking photos, maybe for your Facebook page or for your Instagram page, I realize people take so many photos, then they censor the photos, they go through the photos, they pick the best photos. Those are the ones that are actually even edited. They don't post raw photos like anyone else will do. Those are the photos that are edited, and that is what is posted. So sometimes whatever we are fed on social media is actually the false life, but unfortunately we tend to fall into the comparison trap. We forget to be grateful for the lives we are already living, and we start imagining that God should have actually blessed us with a different life. And that's why someone was taking me through the Bible, and they were telling me that for example, uh Peter was the most loved disciple of Jesus Christ. And somebody would easily say, why do you love Peter more and not me? But is that person willing to be taken through the life of Peter? It was not an easy life. Can you imagine being crucified head down? Because if you tell God to give you someone's life, it means he should actually give you with all their troubles and with all their everything. Are you willing to walk through the journey that these people have walked through? Just the way Akothe always says, you cannot compare your chapter 1 with my chapter 47. It means that from chapter 1 to chapter 47, there are so many chapters that we have not read. Whatever we are seeing is chapter 47. We don't know what this person actually went through to become chapter 47. Are we willing to go through that before we become the chapter 47 that we are actually admiring? So the comparison trap, it's just not only on social media. Even at the workplace, you look at someone else and you wish you were like them, and you see this one drains a lot of our energy. It stops us from being grateful. Remember, the bottom line is we have to be grateful. And I would want also to tell you that being grateful is not being comfortable with mediocrity. Like, you now tell yourself, now I'll stop aiming high, I'll stop going for big things because I'm okay with what I have, because I'm comfortable with what I have. Or as I'm telling you to be grateful during trials and those tribulations, and when you're almost hitting the bottom rock, and I'm telling you to be grateful, it doesn't mean that you must sit there and be okay with those problems. You must speak out, talk to your trusted friends, talk to a counselor or something, or you have to find a solution to your problems. Only that I'm saying that you shouldn't allow your problems to overwhelm you in such a way that your life will have to stop because you're going through these problems. Remember, the way I always tell you that simplicity doesn't mean that we go into a comfort zone and we settle for less and we settle for mediocrity because we are embracing simplicity. No, still living simply, being grateful, living minimalism or frugal, still we have goals and objectives. That's why even during the beginning of the year, we set goals. We are still ambitious people. We still want to be there and not here, but we are just not allowing the speed and the anxiety of getting there to stop us from being happy today. So, how can you exercise gratitude? I've told you this before. The easiest way is just having a gratitude journal, so that when you are having your morning ritual, it can be one of your morning rituals, so that when you wake up in the morning, maybe you can say every day in the morning, or every day in the evening before you sleep, you list down things that you are grateful about. We are grateful about so many things. We are healthy, we are not sick, we have food. I can never say enough of that. Now that food prices are really going up, then you realize that there are not things to be taken for granted. You go with the 1000 in the supermarket, and mtu alisema unafungiwa vitu kwa gazeti, unanunua vitu za 1000 na zinafungiwa kwa gazeti, zinaisha. And their food stuff, say tumeenda kununua those other things that are always expensive, umeenda kununua skari, chumvi, majani chai or whatever, lakini unafungiwa kwa gazeti. That shows you mahali inflation imetufikia and imetufikisha, and it's going to be tougher ahead. But sisi ni nani, yeah? We will face it, we will survive that inflation. And nilikuwa naambia mtu, mimi unga ya ugali hata iuzwe 300, mimi ni Mluya, I have to eat ugali. So guys, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I hope this gratitude thing helps you to maneuver life, to get through your hardships, and also just to put a smile on your face. And always remember to extend a smile to another person's face. Oh God, I deviated from my point. I was telling you how to practice gratitude. So I said number one is keeping a gratitude journal. Number two is doing simple acts of kindness. Yes, are you going out of your way for another person? Those things can fill your heart with gratitude. You don't know how these things can just make you happy when you go out of your way. There's a day a friend of mine took me to a certain school, Kwale school, for the physically challenged, I think, with children with how is it called, this condition? These children that are so stubborn. I don't know why it's running out of my head. When I remember, I'll let you know. And we were there cleaning their legs, removing jiggers, and applying the insecticides in the school and the dorm. And I was just happy. By evening, I was so satisfied with what we had done. I was feeling so grateful. I was feeling like I had achieved. I was feeling like I had received the head of state commendation. And those just small acts of kindness. The other day I was with my friend somewhere, and uh, um a mentally challenged person came, and he was asking for 20 bob, but we were actually having our lunch. So I didn't, the money I was remaining with could just buy kidogo food. So I asked him if he would have rice. Akaniambia no, I would rather do ugali, and I bought him ugali. I didn't watch him eat, but my friend was outside akimwangalia, and when I came, akaniambia, "We Mary, you've just done well. That guy was very hungry." You don't know how that impacted my life. Like, I went feeling fulfilled. This is someone who will never come back to tell me thank you. Because sometimes when we help, we are expecting something in return. Like, ukikuwa na shida nikikusaidia, always say nakusaidia pia wewe utakuja kufanya nini kunisaidia. Sometimes even when we are building social capital, we build social capital so that when we have problems, we are also helped. But when you render these small acts of kindness to people that we are not in a position to thank you, or are not in a position to come and give back to you one other day, so satisfying, so gratifying, and you just feel so blessed. And remember to pray. We cannot remove God from the equation. Yes, we cannot. We cannot remove God from the equation. And also teach your children, your young ones, your siblings, on how to be grateful. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.